Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UKLC as we have our fifth and final game.
Long day.
Oh, a long day. We got Darkspawn taking on Bulldogs. Very excited to get into this one as we've had some scrappy ones, we've had some close ones, and
that is my feelings described exactly in the tweet.
Yeah.
I didn't leave for a few hours. I don't know how you could bear to do so, but fortunately, you can catch up on our YouTube.
You can. If you head over to the YouTube LVP UK, you can catch up on all the games you've missed
and see how that happened.
Man, you want to catch up on the games you've missed. While we're kind of on the subject as well, there is a vote for the dog that's unfortunately gone home. It was a sleepy puppy. Oh. I'm really sad, actually, because I wanted to do the draw show with the dog.
Yeah.
Because then it's completely fair, because the dog picks them.
It's actually kind of unfortunate, because I was getting a bit tired. He was going to cast the last game.
Yeah. Been a rough day, but you know,
happens.
It's not a Bulldog, but we do have a Bulldog playing in this game.
With results like these, I'm actually starting to think Bulldogs might win a game this week. Haha. What are their games? It's possible. It's plausible.
No, versus Darkspawn, a team who maybe we underestimated a little bit, but you know, I don't think it's out of the question.
I think both teams have had good signs to them. I think they've had good moments, but I think that it's been so competitive in this UK League. It's very easy for a team. I mean, M&M were just getting knocked out in the first couple of weeks, and then they came and bounced back and showed that they can get to the top of the tower. So I think it's completely within expectations by thinking that one of these teams could really show up today. Which one will it be though?
I'm curious to see, because you know, for one of these teams, this puts them through to the next round. Darkspawn have made it out of the round of 8 so far.
Yep. If
they can do that again, then they are starting to climb higher and higher up that ladder. And I mean, you look back at a team like Enclave coming out of Forge of Champions, they won the whole tournament due to consistency.
Yeah.
They didn't win. I don't think they won a single one of the actual finals. But
no, they won the third one.
Yeah. But for the most part, they just placed high every time. And if Darkspawn can do that, they can actually climb their way up higher, because only 2 teams are going to go forward to represent the UK at EU Masters.
Especially when teams like XL and Fnatic have so many points, are getting knocked out in the round of 8. If you consistently make it to like the round of 4 and beyond, then you could actually have a good chance of getting the playoffs.
Yeah, it was one of those things as well we were saying about how all of these teams were itching to draw that first blood from one of these LEC sister teams, and you know, it's now happening quite regularly.
And now they're trying to staunch the wound because they're just bleeding everywhere.
It's very rough. But Fnatic, you know, they're out. XL are out. We're now looking at Bulldogs. We're now looking at Darkspawn as our 4th and final team to make it into tomorrow's semi-finals. It's looking at the teams they've got to play versus, though. They've got to play versus the likes of Enclave. They've got to play versus the likes of Diabolus. And the last team who Barrage, thank you. So, I mean, like, all of those teams are looking pretty strong. Like, who we expect?
But, I mean, I think we've learned today that any team can beat any team. Yeah. It's all thrown in the air. Anyone can beat anyone. Anything's possible.
Well, do let us know who you think is going to win. Obviously, in Twitch chat a little bit later, we'll be having ourselves a vote up, but who tweeted that? Who tweeted that? I need to know. That's so dirty. Oh boy. Oh. Who was that?
I don't know.
I want to know who that was.
It really has a sting to it. Oh, it's previous. That. That's where you're safe, you know. If you're not playing, because he is the sub jungler for Enclave. Yeah. If you're not playing, you're safe. That's what I learned as a caster. Because as a player, whenever you make any trash talk, you gotta expect it back. But as a caster, I don't play anymore. I can just trash talk freely, and no one.
I mean, everyone could just say you're bad at casting, but they wouldn't, because you're good. We're into picks and bans as Bulldogs have taken the Lissandra away, and I've broken Orcs' heart. You're not bad. All right, Lucian as well.
I'm okay.
Do you want a Rammus? It's quite cool, actually. It's one of those ironing things, you know, you put the beads on.
Yeah.
You're not very interested, are you?
No.
I always like these. They're quite cool.
Oh, cool.
No? All right, cool. Right.
Whatever.
Draven's been banned away. Flirt's not going to get his hands on that.
Interestingly, we didn't actually look at the rosters, but there has been a substitution for Bulldogs, and it is in the bot lane.
The cat.
We have the cat.
Well, we had the dog here earlier,
yeah,
and now we have the cat for Bulldogs.
So if it's actually an annual theme day,
for the Bulldogs to have the cat, they have their mortal enemy as their support.
Yeah. So a bit of an interesting one. Let's see how it plays out. And we do have the, as you said, the Draven ban away from Flit, the Sandra from Beely, and then the Thresh from Vigo. And then on the other side, Darkspawn getting rid of that Lucian, that Nocturne. Lucian expected, Nocturne a bit interesting in the first rotation, and we will see what they go for third. I'm going to predict it will be Silas. Oh,
man, that was a
I'm so good at this.
bold prediction. But I mean, a lot of research has gone into that.
The Galio.
No surprises yet. The Galio gets first picked before, without looking. What are you expecting?
Jarvan.
Don't look.
I think it's going to be the Jarvan. It makes sense to be the Jarvan because you deny the Jarvan Galio, but apparently they're going to take the Xayah as well. But come on, look at it. Make me right.
At least 50% right.
Well, I was right because I said the Jarvan. The Jarvan's coming.
There were 2 picks though.
Well, you didn't tell me to predict both of them.
Oh man,
It's going bad. It's going drastically bad.
it's falling apart.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Nidalee. I think that'd be very exciting. But
Yeah.
no, we are going to see the Jarvan.
It makes sense. You want to deny the Galio Jarvan combo. And also, crucially, Xayah is a bit stronger on this patch. Obviously, likes to go that Essence Fever first, got an extra 5 AD, which is a bit of a meme, but does mean the item's a bit more cost efficient and a better first item to pick up because obviously gives you that crit, gives you that CDR, gives you that AD, which is now 5 more. So, decent. And Bulldogs going for the Callista. So,
I've been hearing about the kind of rise in the Callista here.
Yep.
People talking about it actually is quite strong.
I think crucially it works really well into Jarvan because you can
just call them out.
hop. Well, not just that, you can also hop out of the cage.
Yeah, so quite hard to deal with that. And talking about the runes as well, I've seen a lot of different things on the Callista. I've seen the likes of, you know, just the normal, like the Lethal Tempo or Fleet Footwork, but I've also heard rumors down the grapevine of Conqueror Callista as well.
Yeah, which would make sense because you stack up, you get that AD for that Rend. And we do see the Nunu coming again for Tolium. Did play it last week, not a jungle main, but happy to play that Nunu. Very tanky boy. And then over to Darkspawn. We're going to see what Vigo wants to get his hands on. Braum makes a lot of sense to me. You can block this stack up of Rends. Block the Rend stack up. And then also works well against the Galio, because if the Galio goes in, he's not getting out again.
Yeah. Well, quite exciting, actually, kind of wombo combo, big team fight available to Bulldogs so far. If you look at their comp, they've got the Taunt, they've got the big AoE Absolute Zero, but almost guarantees someone's going to get knocked up by the Galio, providing they don't flash out. And then you can get the full damage out, give loads of time to Gould on this Callista just to chunk through the damage. But then if you look at Darkspawn on the other side, they've got great engage with the Jarvan and the ability to kind of block up a lot of this kind of front-loaded damage with that wall from the Braum.
That'd be interesting seeing some follow-up. I think it depends on what Bulldog are going to take, but I'd like to see Darkspawn ban away the Zoe because we saw Calwood so successful in it, and then something for Beely like potentially the Orianna would be really solid. It allows that follow-up. We saw Krogson have a good success on it, and it can offer more protection to your AD carry. But I guess we'll have to see. They get rid of the Yorick right now, which is interesting because they could potentially have taken it as their last pick, but I guess they're worried that the Yorick is so strong they wouldn't really have an answer. So I'm going to take it up next. So that Zoe is available. Calwood have a really great game in week 1. I mean, despite Bulldogs being on 0 wins, Calwood has shown up. It's been hard when you're losing, but still has done.
I think you also got to keep in mind though that LeBlanc is open. It's not really something we would put in someone like Beely's wheelhouse here.
Yeah.
But they can counterpick it, and Darkspawn do have that counterpick, so I expect them to pick a top laner here, and then look for counterpick for Beely in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's a potential option, or you could take something mid that you just think is fairly safe. His Cassiopeia is open, which is confident, but he's going to go towards the Syndra. Fairly solid blind, but it does mean that that flexibility between Akkers and PFI is still there. Question's going to be, what do Bulldogs answer? I'd like to see the Zoe.
It's had a pretty low win rate here, 2 out of its 6 games, 33%. And Beely, I believe, has probably been I know he's been at least one of them, but it might have been both of them.
Could well have been. I'm not 100% certain.
He's definitely played it at least
We'll have to get our stats guy to check that. And we
All
will
right.
see the Poppy coming in top. So Poppy's a pretty good answer to Jarvan because you can stop his combo. The thing is, though, we don't necessarily know that it's going to be a Jarvan top. But it's still going to stop the combo regardless. And then the thing is, the Poppy is okay at handling split pushes because you can knock them away if they're really problematic. Other than the Yorick, because I don't think anyone handles Yorick that well.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see who Darkspawn go for, whether they confirm that Victor in the jungle or top. And then we see the Victor come out mid lane from Calwood, which is interesting. He doesn't go towards that Zoe, going towards something that has quite a good scaling and carry potential, but 0% win rate so far.
Not at the highest win rate yet, but if we do look towards Darkspawn, they're looking to pick up one last pick.
Sejuani would be the pick for me. PFI has been so good on it. Exactly, so that's why I was testing you. They won't be going Sejuani.
They won't, but there we go. We're going for the Jax. Okay, so curious to see whether that goes top or in the jungle.
I would think top. I would think jungle would be a bit weird. I think Jarvan's fine in the jungle. You put the Jax top, he has a really good split pressure. Spear of Sojin means his all-in's really solid once he gets that. He's decent at teamfights as well.
Does get denied, though, by the steadfast presence of the Poppy.
Yes, but crucially, it's not as impactful as the Jarvan because the leap's harder to predict. Because when the flag comes down for the Jarvan, you know the combo can follow up. The leap strike's very short, very quick, and even if you do block it, it's not a super long cooldown. You're not going to be punished too hard. So that we'll see things sort of pan out. I think there's definitely a very strong scaling element to Bulldogs because of that Victor. If they can fight front to back, Poppy, Galio, and Nunu are monsters. But the issue is they're going to struggle in the split push against that Jax. And also, it's not like the composition of Darkspawn is going to fall off massively late game. They still have that Xayah as a massive powerhouse.
It's very exciting to see exactly who's going to be coming out in this game. Because, I mean, we look at the team fight comps. Like you said, I'm excited to see the Jax. I'm also pretty excited to see this Kalista here as well. Because, like you said, they can fight front to back. But as soon as the fight does get scrappy, Kalista has a lot of ability just to kite around the edge of the fight, to dance around. And you hit on it at the beginning with the Jarvan. Ults are in, she just whoop over the wall and she's out.
If you don't find a flank on the Kalista, it becomes very difficult because you'll just keep kiting backwards. And that's the crucial thing, is that the composition of Bulldog excels so well at that. You put the gravity field down for the Victor, and they just eat up so much damage just to try and get forward. And there's no one really on the side of Darkspawn who's like quite at a level of a Sejuani at soaking damage. Like, sure, the Jarvan's going to be able to, but he is going to get chunked pretty hard if he just tries to run through a Chaos Storm.
Well, we're on to the Summoner's Rift for our 5th and final game here at week 4 of the UKLC. We got Bulldogs, we got Darkspawn. Only one of these teams will be making it out of the round of 8 and into the semi-finals tomorrow. Who they'll play up against is in the air still. We don't know, as we've got the draw show coming up after the end of this show here. Do make sure that you do head over to that Twitter, though, because tomorrow we'll be announcing the name of our doggo. I believe it was Cookie, it was Noodle, it was Dogchamp,
and Orcs Jr.
And Orcs Jr.
Can you guess which one my favorite is?
Noodle?
Cookie.
Cookie is a good name. I'm quite a big fan of that.
I mean, Orcs Jr. is pretty great as well.
Yeah, it's right. One thing I've noticed here about the tournament realm is the duck always spawns.
That's pretty nice. Reclamation EU, who works as a manager for Enclave. UK scene, Fnatic, Rise, and XL will be the top 2 teams. Dabbler/M&M, Enclave, hold our beers.
And then a link. Unfortunately, we can't see the link.
But showing how things are kind of up in the air, and a lot of people had pegged, I'm going to say invincible. They saw Fnatic and XL as just unbeatable coming into the split. A lot of them like, they're just going to smash everyone, no one will do much. I obviously was not of that opinion because I'm ever a lover of the underdog story, but I don't think it really is an underdog story anymore. These teams are showing that they can not only beat them, but convincingly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Had some really, really exciting games here in the UK scene as well. It's not like it's just this week that's been the week of upsets. Week 1 and 2 went fairly as predicted, but from last week onwards,
I mean, week 3 was the week of M&M. It was just... it was just such a shock for that to happen, but I don't think anyone was prepared for this week. I wasn't. Well, no, I was prepared, of course. You know, I'm always prepared. But I wasn't prepared for the XL and Fnatic to get taken out.
Yeah, I mean, like, on paper, both of those teams, you know, like, you didn't expect them to get knocked out. And then you look at, after Fnatic got taken out, you're like, oh man, this is XL's week to get back on the top of the tower. And then they lose. And they lose pretty gloriously.
Yeah, not the best way for them, but it just makes a more exciting week and all these teams ready to fight to try and challenge M&M at the top.
And I think it's been a fairy tale week for both Enclave, Diabolus, and M&M.
Three fairy tales at once.
I mean, M&M come out of a really, really rough game in the Tower Challenge at the end of last week. I mean, I even said it. I said, it looks like Fnatic are just straight smurfing here.
Yep.
And then Fnatic trolled me on Twitter. And then they trolled themselves in the second game.
That's karma.
That's karma. And then, I mean, you look at Enclave, you know, they knocked Fnatic out and put a stamp down as one of those teams who definitely wants to be in that top 4. And then Diabolus take out XL, the team we pegged as the LEC sister team killer. And then this week they were able to actually be that team we all saw.
An Engage came in mid lane. Coward managed to escape just using his heal, but unfortunately we didn't manage to catch it. And PFI could be in trouble actually here.
This could be the end of PFI. Oh, Tolium just gets first blood.
Smurfing on the Nunu. Thank you, Tolium. Not sure what that was, but I appreciate it. Finds the kill on the PFI, who just, I guess, didn't expect it. Still had his flash and got caught off guard by the biggest snowball ever.
It was the biggest snowball ever.
It's pretty big. Coward has fallen behind in CS a bit in this mid lane, down 10, but I think that's a big part to that gank coming out from PFI. But the lead in the jungle is fairly significant. You can see between Tolium and PFI, which you expected. Nunu's going to be able to farm good, but that kill definitely putting things in the right direction. And it's surprising because PFI is someone who we've constantly praised for his play so far, especially his early game.
Yeah. We can see for the moment Darkspawn definitely getting pushed in this bot lane. Vigo and Flirt having a pretty rough lane of it as PFI on this Jarvan. It's been a while since we've actually seen the Jarvan jungle. It's been mostly in the top lane. It's had a lot of play over the last few weeks, but pretty much exclusively as a top laner. Now seeing it actually come out as that flex we've been kind of hinting at for a while.
Yeah.
And surprising to see this Jax, who going even with a Poppy for now, but that scaling is always going to be at the back of Bulldog's mind.
Absolutely. And
you give time to the Jax Akkers here, he's going to be able to run away with this game.
And that is the win condition. That's what they're playing for. That's what they want out of this game. So they just have to facilitate it. It's not like Darkspawn is going to fall over when they get later in the game, but I just feel like it's going to be hard for them to get on top of the Victor and the Callista. So definitely have the good winning condition of that Jax in the side lane. We've seen it work for Diabolus. They had the side lane pressure.
Well, guys, head over to the Twitch chat and let us know who you think is going to take away this win. Is it going to be Bulldogs or is it going to be Darkspawn?
If I'm correct, Twitch chat has got 0 right so far.
Yes, they are 0-4 currently.
Which means...
Come on, guys, step it up.
But it could mean if they get this one wrong as well, it could mean if they get this one as well, then that means they got 100% of them wrong. Which is a skill in and of itself. Because if you were guessing, you only get 50%. That's what you get on average. But to get all of them wrong, I think Twitch chat's doing it on purpose.
I think they're trolling us here. As Akkers is getting engaged onto. He hasn't counter-strike up, looking for the stun. It just goes into the sky. And Ego Speed is just going to run away. He might take a few tower shots here. Ego Speed going to hold out for the moment until Liam flashes in. Akkers not going to find himself a kill.
A bold attempt from Akkers to go where no man has gone before.
To infinity and beyond!
But in the end, we'll just end up going to the grave.
That's what happens when you jump up into the sky and don't have a parachute. You hit the ground real hard.
I can imagine. Would be a bit painful on the knees.
He landed face first, mate. But you're seeing Tolium on this Nunu being very proactive, a lot more active within the map, sorry.
I mean, he's been practicing this Nunu, it's clear. You know, he's been putting the groundwork in. And it begs the question, because he played it last week, should Darkspawn have thrown a quick ban? Maybe, maybe not.
I heard he went to Antarctica to go practice making snowballs. The team flew him out there.
Yep.
He's had a week in intense training.
Yeah, it's what you need to do if you really want to understand the champion and get into them. So we will see the replay. Snowball connects. Akkers gets a stun and then boom, just gone. He's out of there. Lands back down. Hey guys, how's it going? Gets knocked up and then Akkers is in a bad situation because he's so low. But Ego Speed takes 2 tower hits and then Akkers tries to flash for him.
Oh,
but it just gets hammered down. Bulldogs get away with murder there, essentially. And it's not too bad. Jack's still going to scale well, but it's just setting back a bit.
Gould takes a pretty unfavorable trade here versus Flirt.
I guess you could say he was flirting with death.
Flirting with danger more than death. He didn't die as PFI just walks past Tolium.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to die to be flirting with death.
True. True.
Let's see what other name puns we can come up with before now. Before the end of the game. I mean, that's a true test of a caster.
Yeah.
Anyone can just watch your game and talk. It's how good your puns are.
That's the true test. Do something with PFI then. It's hard.
Wait, here's a question. Do you know what PFI stands for?
I don't. I like how you quickly changed the subject there.
Well, just while I'm thinking, I'll change the subject. I do actually know what PFI stands for.
Would you like to share that with me and the rest of the audience at home?
So, PFI stands for Pokemon Fan Individual. Because he's a big fan of Pokemon.
Well, he's also a big fan of watching his mid laner get ganked as Beely's forced to flash out of the Chaos Storm. In comes the cat with the free, the two-man taunt. They're going to take him down as Beely falls. Absolute zero just to slow him in place. And Tolium being so active here on this Nunu.
Absolutely, it's just really solid play coming from the sub jungler, who's actually a top lane main. Just impressive stuff, and he's making the map his. And I'm going to tell you, Jake, I wasn't honest with you before. It doesn't stand for Pokemon Fan Individual.
Oh.
It stands for Play, Focus, Improve.
I do know that. I do believe that Darkspawn took the vote. Am I right?
He said Bulldogs had 62%.
Oh, Bulldogs. Sorry. I couldn't hear him over your voice. 62% of you believe the Bulldogs are going to take this win.
Can you get it wrong again, Twitch chat? Let's see.
I mean, they're 3-0. They've got themselves a 2,600 gold lead. But
I mean, Bulldog have a giant snowball.
Yeah, what do you got? There's actually 6 members because it's Nunu and Willump as well, so it's really unfair. It's Ego Speed get engaged onto. In comes the Galio, though. The taunt is going to connect. The dunk is already down, and now Coward trying to put that damage out. The Chaos Storm not being unleashed for the moment as it's on cooldown. 2 quick kills get picked up for Darkspawn. In comes the Snowball once again. The Feather Storm up. Flirt gets himself the root. The flash in by Gould. They get the Scatter the Weak down, and Flirt finds himself the kill. Flashes away to safety. And now Beely is getting locked down. The spears are connecting. The taunts are there. Beely just accepts death, and Gould kills him.
Good fight from Darkspawn, though. They lose 1 member, but they take 3 from Bulldog, and showing Twitch chat, you may have bet on the wrong horse.
It's like getting a vote from Twitch chat is just doom at the moment.
Yeah. It's like Death Note.
So you have your caster.
You can Twitch chat like, we vote for you and you're gone.
Turns out Twitch chat is a Death Note.
Yeah.
Apparently we've been told, don't you dare, but don't you dare what?
I think it's because they're... I think it's because we're flaming them and blaming them.
Yeah, it's our fault. It's our fault for Fnatic and XL.
We're the ones who got all the predictions wrong. Sorry, guys. Sorry that we let you down.
How many have you got right today?
All of them. I don't actually release my predictions publicly, but I will tell you that I've got all of them right so far.
He's showing me his notes right now, and they're actually right. Yeah,
I predicted them all.
Yeah,
I actually predicted every single pick and ban from every team throughout the entire day. But I was told not to do that on stream because people find it creepy if I seem to know everything. They think it's scripted. But I do know every pick and ban that's ever going to be picked.
There's a meeting room, and Akkas, you good, bro? I mean, I'm going to ask Harry if he's good, bro. He's missed quite a few kills. Let's have a little look at this once again.
So, Akkas, farming
2
a tower,
big ones.
Jumps on him, stuns him, cool. Gets knocked into a wall. Wow, just gets 1 hit.
I mean, that's a big hammer. That's going to hurt.
Full tank, by the way. That Sheen doing work for Ego Speed just dunks on Akkas. And that's the thing, is that we talked about that split push win condition. That doesn't look too good right now. When you're 2 levels down and you're 0-2-0. and you're going to be waiting a long time. But fortunately, Darkspawn, we're making things happen in the last team fight. So just need to find that opportunity again. And next Dragon will be in the mid-50. I believe it is another Infernal. So I think Darkspawn definitely want to get their hands on it, but if Bulldog could secure it, would mean big things.
And big thing for Twitch chat as well. It means they're another step towards actually being right for once.
Yep. You tried, Twitch chat. We respect it.
Well, it looks like Bulldogs are actually going to try and stop this Rift Herald from starting up as they're just clearing out the vision, getting control around the area.
Yes, but
Darkspawn not going to step away.
But now Akers is free to start farming bot lane. And he has managed to acquire 8 CS. So I'd say, personally, that's a success.
Plating falls off before he gets there. Beely, flashless, scatters the weak, dumps away, but the Chaos Storm is on. Just looking to fry him down, but Beely is able to walk away. Don't walk back into it.
Good moves to sidestep the snowball, but still will get zoned out. This gives Bulldogs control of the Rift Herald area. Question will be, are they going to start it up?
Yes.
Thank you for answering my question.
It's okay. They haven't spotted out on a ward here, though. Darkspawn maybe looking to try and contest this. They know that the ultimate is down on Coward.
Crucially, there's a TP on Jax, but not on Poppy. So if they go for this,
it's really hard to secure though into the Kalista. PFI spots out Coward, or I don't know if it's who spotted out who. That's going to be the Demacian dunk. The blast going to safety, trying to get the damage in, and Akers comes in with a counter strike. Now 3 members closing in onto this Jax. The taunt does not connect, and the spears are going in. Tolium has picked up the Rift Herald, and Darkspawn would just spread around the map, and Ego Speed is able to take a turret.
Calwood just bought so much space. I mean, it looked really bad. He flashed the combo, and you would think, oh, he's trapped in the Cataclysm. But then he used the blast cone to get over the wall. He stopwatched the Jax stun. He played it as well as he could to just buy time for his team when they got out. It does mean, however, Bulldogs have to recall. They will give over this Infernal Dragon, which means it's an equalized in terms of those extra stats. The next is going to be a Cloud, not as important.
I just realized like how disgusting Bulldog's ability to take these neutral monsters is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They've got the Rend, they've got the Feast, or Devour.
Yep. Imagine if they had a Cho'Gath with this comp.
I mean, that would be pretty horrible.
Yeah, that'd be the dream comp. So you have Cho'Gath top, Nunu jungle, Cassiopeia mid, Kalista AD carry, and Brand support. Because Brand does that, you know, when you get 3 stacks, you do percentage HP. That'd be an objective control comp. You've heard it here first.
I like theory crafting with you about this stuff.
And it's good fun.
That mid lane turret's a little bit low here for Darkspawn as Ego Speedy's just switching gears, going into the top lane.
In UK scene, Hoppy is a split push top laner, not Jax.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw down that Rift on the mid lane. That tower is not long for this world.
This game is opening up very quick here for the side of Bulldogs as they might be able to pressure in for a second turret. That's going to force the Feather Storm out of Flirt. The Rift Herald will get its second charge, and Ego Speed joins up with his team. All 5 members in that mid lane. Rift Herald will die, but half the health for that mid lane tier 2 goes down.
It's so frustrating because Flirt made the absolute right decision to Feather Storm there. But the cat only burned his taunt. He didn't flash. He wasn't going to flash. But the fact that he could have meant that Flirt had to Feather Storm. And it's just really smart play from Bulldog to just zone and threaten. And they get a lot of space for it. They've now taken out those 3 out of towers and got a sizable gold lead. So things not looking too hot for the Darkspawn roster. So Twitch chat, you might be in luck. Might.
I mean, XL versus Dabalus was a back and forth. It looked one way for one moment, then it looked the other way. We've had a lot of back and forth games here in the UK scene, although today's been probably one of the more exciting days we've had so far.
Every day with you is an exciting day.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So PFI on the flank. That's something that I consistently forget is that vision thing from Kalista. You sort of forget it's a thing until she uses it, and you're like, hey, you can do that.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, 18 minutes on the clock. It's a 3k gold lead over to Bulldogs for the moment. They've got 3 turrets to 0, and Doesn't look like Darkspawn are a little bit lost for the moment.
Yeah. They really need to find an opportunity, but the problem is that the game's really in Bulldog's control. They've taken out those outer towers. They're just going to have to wait for a bit more scaling. The 5v5 is not going to necessarily benefit from it, but the split push absolutely will. And the thing is, they're 4K goal behind, but the further the game gets, the less that 4K is going to mean. Like right now, when you have one item, 4K gold is as much as an item. But later on, when you have full build, don't really matter.
No, it does not. All right. Definitely games slowed down in comparison to some of our other games so far. So we're 19 minutes in.
Here's one. Who's going to die next?
Oh. The game's that slow, I have to predict the next death. I'm going to go Beely.
Okay, I think that's a safe bet. I'm going to say PFI. I think we'll go for an engage and be the first one to go down.
Oh, that'll be the turret dying before anyone.
That doesn't count.
Akka's now just still been pushed in consistently by this Poppy. Got that Sunfire Cape, got that Iceborne Gauntlet, and you can see Akka's is really having a rough game on this Jax.
I guess Poppy's broken. Or Ego Speed is just...
Smurfing.
Yeah. One of the two. Or both.
Could be.
Who knows? Well, we should, but we don't. And we will see Baron Nashor spawning, so that's going to be on the cards. Again, you said a great objective team to start that one up. You okay though? You okay with that, Jake?
I just want some action, man. We're going in circles at this point. Like,
well, it's a great opportunity to have a conversation about...
I thought, looking at these teams, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a big clown fiesta. And then both the teams have been like, no man, we're going to play real
I like how
chill.
The teams lowest in the scoreboard have the most controlled, slow game.
That's because in the UK, we're not about slowed and controlled. You got to be good at team fight. You got to be good at just going all in.
All
Crazy picks. You know, we had the Riven top last week from Artorias, and that's what we live for here.
The Nico 80 carry.
Nico 80 carry.
Words I didn't think I'd be saying a week ago.
Smashed Fnatic as well.
Yep.
Like, they had nothing into that.
They are words I did not think I would say a week ago. And we have a dog, so, you know.
And we do have a dog now. And man, I was the first of the casters to get here. And when I opened that door, and that little dog ran up to me, started barking and jumping up.
She runs over when you open the door, and it's like, hello.
That's a good dog. And then begs everyone in the studio for food, like a normal dog.
Yeah, that's understandable. My cat does that a lot. Even when it's food that you wouldn't think a cat would eat.
Yeah, my cat does that. It sits next to you, it's like, can I have a carrot, mate? You're like,
I
don't think
probably
you want the
wouldn't
carrot.
like it. The worst is
because sometimes you offer to them, they sniff it, and then they're like, not for me.
The funniest thing I've ever seen is I got sent a video. So my oldest cat Jess, there was I think my sister had eaten pizza, and there was like a pizza crust left on the table, and on the little the coffee table, and Jess jumped on the table, grabbed the pizza crust, it was like half a pizza's worth of pizza crust, and then like swung it to try, like she was prepared to jump down, and then it broke, and she just ate a bit of the pizza crust. I'm like, cats don't eat pizza. What are you doing? On a side note, my that same cat is diabetic, so
Probably shouldn't be eating pizza.
no, wasn't diabetic when she ate the pizza, but
Was that what caused the pizza crust?
I don't think so. I hope not. But we do look after little Jessica, so she is a funny
See,
one.
for the longest time, I was like, why could we catch Jess? And then I realized Postman Pat, and then I saw your cat, and I was like, oh,
Yep.
very smart.
Yep. Dad came up with that one.
You're a bright fella, Orcs.
Hmm?
You're a bright fella, Orcs.
Oh, I do agree.
Man. Darkspawn versus Bulldogs has been a slower affair, a more controlled affair so far.
You love to see it. Just the intense macro play from these teams. Bulldog creating control.
It's game 5, man. I want the action.
Yeah. Well, I think it's liable to just explode any moment. Bulldog are trying to control the Baron area. Akka's just have to use a pink wall to all jump away.
What is... In all my years, I've never seen a Jax so terrified of a Poppy.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Talking about that objective control, it's been started by Bulldogs. Darkspawn. They have the Miracle Baron steal at PFI, but the TP's coming in on the flank.
Oh, it's Akers. It's his time. You can see both of these top laners joining into the fight. That's going to be one. Already picked up onto Fleur. They're looking for the double kill, though, as he's trying to answer back for the moment. It's an engage coming in, and Ego Speed 1v2 versus Fleur and Big O. Cow was able to take down Akers, and only 2 members of Darkspawn remain. Bulldogs chasing in, and Ego Speed is going Ego ham here, speeding towards Big O. In comes the flail flash, the hammer shock's there, and Fleur is trying to get the damage, actually might have it, but the biggest snowball ever is chasing him down. The knock-up, in comes the Featherstorm, and Ego Speed is flashing away, but it takes him down. The full ace for Darkspawn, and Ego Speed goes mad.
Oh, it was so close for Flair. He tried so hard. He hit that Poppy with like 1,000 feathers, and it just wasn't enough.
He earned that. Ego Speed earned that. The last time I cast this guy, before the UKLC, I flamed him so hard he quit playing jungle.
And now?
And now he's carrying a Jax 1v1 and coming up huge in team fights.
Do you know what's really sad though? Beely died first, and then slightly after, PFI died. So you were right. I was second just.
Maybe I should switch to color caster.
Maybe you should. You want to do color on the next?
Absolutely not. No one needs to be exposed to that.
I mean, I can do my play. Oh, and they are doing the Baron thing.
He's just zoning them off 1v3. That's going to be the flag and drag. He's still pretty healthy. The Baron goes down. The Scan of the Week is on him. Ego Speed 1v4 is now holding up. In comes the hero's entrance as the cat comes meowing into the fight, and the biggest snowball ever brushes past Vigo. Liam gonna walk away for the moment.
Twitch chat is watching with bated breath. They may get a prediction.
You might have done it, Twitch chat.
This could be the one.
Akers is trying to be his inner Kerberos, trying to split push away. But Ego Speed is coming down, and he is out of there.
This Poppy is strong. I'm scared of the Poppy.
That's a pretty scary Poppy.
Yeah. I kind of wish he just got more damage, to be honest. That'd be so funny.
Black Cleaver.
I feel like you could have gone Asterix, you know? Like, it'd make you tanky, but still do a lot of damage. Imagine if you'd gone the Triforce instead of the Gauntlet. That's actually legit, you know?
You're right there.
I'm fine.
He's falling off the chair.
That's actually legit, you know, the Triforce? I've seen people go on Poppy into, like, difficult split matchups, and it just makes your trading power pretty solid. So he could have done that. He could have made it happen, but he opted out, which I can respect in terms of wanting to win the game. But in terms of styling on people, not a fan.
Just go Spear Poppy. Spear Sojin.
Not convinced by it.
I mean, I'm convinced by Ego Speed's Poppy, man.
Just go Infinity Edge Poppy, and then you throw the hammer, boom, one shot.
You don't need to throw the hammer, you throw the buckle. Whoop!
Yeah, that's what I mean, the buckle, just boom, headshot.
Because that gets the sheen proc from your Triforce that you build, and you build like a static shiv as well, so that procs on it. It's
beautiful.
It's nasty. As you can see, Bulldogs now grouping up here, looking for their big old siege into Darkspawn. 8k ahead. Ego Speed leads the charge in the top lane. The 1-4 coming up huge.
This is where it's hard because they don't win the split with the Baron, and just because Ego Speed's so strong. They're really going to struggle to engage here because Gould and Coward can kite back so effectively. It's just, it's Bulldog's game to lose at this point. But if Flair keeps trying to pop off, he may find his chance, but he needs a bit more time. Get him the 4 items, I think that's what you're looking at. But for now, struggling a bit. Big laser beam comes out.
Unfortunately for him, as you see, Beely and Akers trying to hold up 1v2 versus Ego Speed. He's just going to take down this turret, and
he takes out the Jax with him. So, that happened.
It did. He's also taking an inhibitor, while no one's able to contest him.
Yeah.
The two supers are working wonders onto this turret.
I think I'm going to say Jax split push didn't work out.
I would agree with you on that point. As the base is in shambles here. Bulldogs taking down all of the inhibitor turrets. Only 2 turrets stand here for the side of Darkspawn. Bulldogs maybe looking to get their first win here at the UKLC. The cat comes in with a 3-man taunt, and Vigo is going to be the first one to go down. The inhibitor is sought to follow, and Gould now looking to go in. Coward goes golden for the moment. The scat of the week does connect, and Akers jumps in with that counter strike. In comes the hero's entrance. The knockup lands onto Akers as he is being rendered through. PFI is forced to flag and drag away, and Bulldogs still haven't lost a single member. That's going to be the ultimate coming out from Gould for the moment. And now Beely trying to get that scatter down, but you can see the Darkspawn are just going to step away, unable to find themselves any kills onto Bulldogs there.
Or it was close, but didn't manage to get a single kill, which has to feel so bad. But you can see Darkspawn still giving it absolutely everything, not willing to give up this game yet. We do have a replay to see what happened to Akers. I'm going to guess he gets stunned into the turret in 1 hit.
Look at the bull.
Stunned in the turret and 1 hit. I was right.
And he gets the turret as well.
Well, not bad.
All right, well, these look like the last bases coming forward here for the side of Bulldogs.
Stop. Look at the items. Tell me when you see it.
Oh.
Twitch
Does
chat,
he actually have any scaling on that?
AP is W. I think the W damage scales with AP.
Okay. That is.
We're not going to mention it. We're just going to let, when you notice Twitch chat, you notice, okay?
Oh, I think they've noticed.
I would hope they've noticed.
We'll see a production of seeing if they've noticed, but...
There's an item. It's an item, all right.
There's an item.
It is an item indeed.
There is an item indeed. Right. Darkspawn have to somehow hold up versus the Soul Stealer. 5 members strong. Akers looking for that counter-strike, not going to find it. Turrets on, the supers are pushing in. They do have a fair amount of wave clear with this Xayah. Akers doing his best to hold out, and the cat channeling up the taunt does get scattered down, but the redemption to heal the team up for the moment. Absolute zero. Everything is almost available. That's going to be the engage from Cat. Finds himself one. The Glacial Fisher comes in. And now the Absolute Zero is channeling Akers, looking for the solo kill onto one. You can already see they've managed to pick one up onto the Cat. And now Beely is going to fall. It's a 1-for-1 trade for the moment, though. The turret is already being focused out here. And you can see that Ego Speed, full HP. Coward still got full HP as well. They're looking to get the damage onto Vigo and PFI. But it doesn't look like they can make it work. The minions are doing so much damage here. So much work as PFI has jumped in. A massive block. The Medjais comes up huge, and they're able to get themselves a kill onto the jungler. PFI falls. Akers is going to be next to follow, and Tolium is looking for Vigo, but Vigo is going to step away with a sliver of HP. The Nexus goes down, and Bulldogs get their first win at the UKLC.
Well, it was a bit dicey at the end, but they managed to pull through, and as you said, first win, first time they get through the round of 8, so big props to them. Darkspawn just, it felt like the Jacks never got going, they never found the tempo, and back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board, but that's a big win for Bulldogs, so they got themselves their first win here at the UKLC, and they will be joining Enclave, they will be joining Diabolus, and they will be joining Barrage. There we go, got
in the end.
In that draw, and I mean, coming out of like week 1, week 2, if I said in week 4, this is going to be the draw show, you would not have expected that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone thought that at some point XL or Fnatic would fall. But for them both to fall in the first games of the week, I don't know, man, it's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. Now, we do have the draw show coming up in just a moment, so we'll be going through to see who is going to be our next team, who is going to be facing up, in the round of 4. And then the winner of that will obviously be going up the tower to challenge M&M, who were able to take the tower off the grip of Fnatic at the beginning of today's show.
Yeah, and just in what a fashion. I mean, it's just even getting more exciting. Today was hard to predict. You did get one in the end in Twitch chat, so fair play to you.
1 out of 5.
But tomorrow is just a whole new day. It's going to be crazy, chaotic, and I can't wait for it.
I can't wait as well. I want to get into the draw show. I want to see who's playing versus who, because I want to start theory crafting what we're expecting. Because, I mean, who are our favorites to actually make it to the top of the tower?
Ooh, I would say it's close. I think Diabolus is looking pretty solid. Enclave definitely put up a good fight. Barrage looked decent, but I think their opponent was feeling didn't look good.
Yeah.
And I think Bulldogs, I'm not convinced, but they got to win, and I have faith in the Bulldogs.
Well, let's have a little look at some of the plays coming out today. Well, we get set up for the draw show, so see you in a second. No,
not a second.
Not.
We tricked
not a
you.
second. We're gonna stay here. Who's
that
tricking
evil
who?
twin again?
Yeah. What would his laugh be?
Demonstrate.
Oh man, I'm not an impressionist, you know. I feel like this is more in your area. You were making those high-pitched squeals to warm up before the show. I'm not okay to play.
I don't know. I was just sitting there, and I was just like,
what?
I don't know. It just, oh.
All right. Well, you can have a little look at the plays coming out of the games today as we go over to set ourselves up for the draw show.
Yeah. So obviously the dive from Ego, Speed, and Tolium, pretty solid one, even though it got a bit dicey. And we saw Akers go where no Jax has gone before, and that is 0-5 against Poppy and get trashed. It wasn't quite 0-5, but still. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game coming out. It's definitely one of our slower games today, though, so... It's definitely one of our slower games coming out of today, though, but controlled game. It wasn't like it was just they didn't know what to do. They just had control. There was definitely a stage in the game where maybe they could have tried to push their advantage, but...
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's why it makes it so tight for tomorrow, because I don't think anyone came out of this day with me going, I'm convinced they are the best team. And as you asked, bit of a dicey one, and it's going to be tricky for M&M as well, because you really have no idea who you're going to end up against at the end of tomorrow.
It's going to be, they've got a lot, you know, there's a lot of teams they've got to look at, and for me, if I'm M&M, I'm looking at Diabolus, I'm looking at Enclave as the two teams that you're probably going to be facing off against.
Barrage look pretty solid as well.
Barrage do look pretty solid, but it's a hard one, but it's hard to say. I think there's so many, like, we didn't expect today's results, but, you know, all of our kind of ideas of who was going to win and who was going to make their way into the round of 4 is thrown out the window. But as you can see, our MVP coming out of that last game was Ego Speed, and man, did he earn it.
Yep, on the Poppy, just unkillable, did 1 million damage. What can we say? Except well played.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to the draw show here, as Orcs is pretty hungry, so he's itching to get on with it. So, let's start ourselves off with the draw show. Orcs, start swirling around and get your ballots ready. Now, the first team we're going to draw is going to be Blue Side for game 1. So, Orcs, who is it going to be?
It is Barrage.
All right, Barrage will be on Blue Side for game 1 of tomorrow's games. And then starting up for Blue Side on game 2. Who do Barrage dodge, or who dodges Barrage, really? I like how you closed your eyes there.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Bulldogs will be our team sitting in the blue side of game 2. Now, taking on Barrage on that red side, it is going to be either Enclave or Diabolus. I feel like both of these teams are going to be pretty happy with the fact that they've probably avoided each other, at least until the finals.
Yeah. And
definitely got themselves a game where I feel that they're probably a little bit stronger.
It is. Dun dun dun.
Enclave. Okay, Enclave will be taking on Barrage in our first game of the day. And then, just for clarity, this will be the team taking on Bulldog. That was hard.
Yep. And it will be, if anyone's still wondering, what have you been doing all day? It is Diabolus.
All right, so Diabolus will be our last team taking up that red spot, taking on Bulldog. Ooh, got it. Ooh, I got both of them. There we go. Look at that. We got some serious skills, man.
Very much so.
But let's have a little look at the scoreboard and see how we're all shaping up coming out today. Obviously, Fnatic Rising sitting at 11 points, but they can't earn any more points. And just behind them is M&M and XL. M&M now have the ability to actually take first at the end of this week, while Diabolus also have the capabilities to climb up and beyond XL. So a team like Enclave, a team like Barrage, this is their moment to get themselves in that top 4.
Absolutely, and there's a lot to be on the cards. I think if, based on, I think both M&M and Diabolus could end up tying with XL and one of them getting ahead of them at the end of the week if they end up going further. So a lot of things get shaken up. I think Fnatic are still going to be at the top at the end of the week, but it's definitely getting a bit dicier. And
M&M can earn 3 points.
They already had the 2 on the board. They had 8.
Yeah.
They can earn 2 more.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 3 per win, but I'm wrong.
No, so they can get 2 more. So they can get 10 total if they manage to win. If they defend back-to-back, that would be the situation. So, but they still would be able to get up to Fnatic, but they would be able to overtake XL, which obviously big.
Big. Right, well, before we end the show, we actually have 2 things going on Twitter. First of all, we'll have our Unsung Hero vote going up shortly after this show has ended. You're just going to get rid of our ballot box, and then we are also got ourselves the vote for the doggo. We will be revealing both of those at the beginning of tomorrow's show. Guys, thank you very much for joining us here at the UKLC. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. So until then, see you later.
See ya.
So many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in